So I've been doing a similar series to Birdman, though I want to say right away Birdman's series on grifters and what is a grift is much stronger than me. And he's focused on the media grifter, which we're going to focus on here as well. But I do detect a few logical conceptual flaws with what Birdman is doing. But I agree overall, Critical Drinker, the EFAP, Nerdrotics, and others do qualify as media grifters. And he declares that he's actually politically neutral. That's not true. If you listen to him closely, his politics do come out. I think it's fair to say he's more on the left liberal side. But it is also true he mainly concentrates on movies, films, comics, and so on and so forth. I do a little bit of half and half. And this is a little bit half and half. So what do we do when the target is a woman? Because there are quite a few female grifters out there, no doubt about that. And I've concentrated a lot on Marissa, Nora, and others. And it gets a little weird with Marissa, and I'm not going to focus too much on her, but it is a fact that she's attacked and gone after other women. So let me just do one big fact check as good grace for both sides. Though I think Marissa here looked a little bit better, although she's done some shady things in terms of deleting videos or privating them and reshaping the narrative. So a recent controversy is, what is Marissa's real attitude towards Brett, a criminal she was helping for years and years? Initially, Scoville hooked up with Vanessa, another ex-Scientology grifter, but then moved on to Reese, and they became bigger and badder, doing questionable Pete Diddy videos and allegedly exposing the jesters and whatever other conspiracy theories. But they broke up when Marissa woke up and figured out he's a con man and victimizing women, which is kind of weird because Marissa victimizes women. So is it really about victimizing women that got her upset? We're still debating it, and at least she has a plausible cover story, but I have a lot of doubts about this cover story being true. So in response, somebody played an unedited audio file that Marissa was using against Scoville and the Scoville brothers. The problem is they accidentally doxed a few victims. I was there. I can confirm in the live that did happen. I heard a few words. This apparently are the real names of these victims. It happens. I think it was an honest mistake. That's all. I think Casper's good faith. I think After the Bars is a solid show. Casper is an ex-convict. He has a huge history with Scoville. But I think in his case, it's genuine. He was fooled. He was trying to be a good guy. Nice guy, gave the guy another chance. And, he was backstabbed. It happens. It happens. Mistakes happen. Errors of judgment are possible. I don't think Sam's a grifter at all. In fact, I think he goes to extraordinary lengths to prove he's not a grifter, whereas Marissa puts up no effort to prove she's not a grifter. She just puts out a new pretty story. However, some of the enemies of Reese are lying to you, trying to really reshape the narrative in a really confusing pattern. So Susie O, who is now apparently a big knife hoarder fan and is willing to embrace racism and Nazism for reasons, she was there during that live. Now, to be very clear, I think Sam is okay here, and I think Susie is okay here. What's not okay is the melodramatic aftermath where Susie said, mistakes were made. I'm going to have to get rid of this channel. I don't want to be a hateful grifter. I'm not a grifter. And then she put out a post saying, guys, I've calmed down. I've reassessed. And the evil of Reese must be stopped. So I'm keeping my channel. Okay. What's with all the weird melodrama? Which, by the way, Susie O likes to poke fun at Marissa for. But apparently when she does it, it's okay. No, it's not okay. I prove my misogyny and sexism by helping a female victim. So one of the victims they're targeting is True Clear Media. True Clear Media has a channel, Twitter account. They can defend themselves. They're fine. I'm just concerned with the basic honesty, or rather dishonesty, of Diannetex, who has been a plague for me for years and years. And her specialty, to be fair to her, yeah, she makes fun of men and does a lot of weird, sexist, feminist outbursts, but she loves to go after a lot of women. So her specialty before was going after the victims of Aaron Smith Levin. So that was her key thing, was making the victims of Aaron feel bad and trying to destroy and dox them. She even tried to give me a police report, and I'm well aware this woman has a criminal record. She can be a victim and have a criminal record. Two things can be true. But nice try, Diannetex. So now, apparently, True Clear Media is the devil we all need to exile from the communities, because True Clear Media is exposing, well, Knife Order's Nazi past, which Knife Order tells us is past, but then cutely says is not the past. And give him points on video, he does say, I'm a bully, and yes, I have Nazi tattoos. I'm not apologizing for anything, but life goes on. So, basically, Nazi, not a Nazi, I don't care. I'm Knife Order, I'm exposing the Reese. True. But I think it's fair to label him a Nazi. People are getting all, that's what the man is affirming. That's what we're saying. So Diannetex, to be fair to her, it's not technically defending Knife Order, but is trying to be cute and say, well, the problem here is True Clear Media, my friends. Okay, why are they a problem? So she put out a false accusation that True Clear Media is racist. In fact, she's the worst, whitest racist on earth. No evidence, no receipts, just she's the worst racist. Oh, because Diannetex is Latina, so she gets special magical powers. But no, she's half Latina. Yes, she's half Mexicana. She's not even fully Mexicano, guys. She's not even full blown, but already with, I guess, half of her blood, she will speak for all Hispanic peoples. No, no. So let's expose the truth right now. I keep up with these things. I know of zero evidence that she's a prominent Hispanic activist at all. Hispanic activists do exist, guys, on the left and right. So, yeah, I'm going to need some receipts there. The real problem is True Clear Media is exposing not just Knife Order, but Nora, Aaron, and some of Diannetex friends. And that's how we do things with some ex-Scientologists. I stress, some ex-Scientologists rebuilding new cults. We have a mafia friendship system. You protect the friends. You attack the enemies. Right. So, what's the problem? I guess the most controversial stance with brains will maybe unsubscribe. It's just an issue of semantics, but it is important that Marilyn, one of Diannetta's friends, who is a raving homophobe, but she's okay with that, because that's in the past, so that's okay. But, with Marissa and Brett, let's not forget the past. Yeah, smooth brain. So anyway, so True Clear Media was just pointing out that Marilyn, which is her right to do so, going after a creator, Ecoplex, was charging him with the PD. He wasn't guilty of the PD. He basically got caught with the Shazam, which is not much better, but that's what he's guilty of. 20 years ago. Anyway, she said, well, he's a PD. He's not a PD. He doesn't even qualify under the technical label. PD refers to a certain age group. There's a precise term that goes along with this. I would not even care, except Marilyn is doing three things. One, asking for money, saying, oh, I'm a cult expert. No, you're not. And then the next second says, guys, I'm not an expert. I don't really know stuff. I don't care. I'm just internet woman's. No, I believe you said you were a cult expert. Oh, well, that's another lie. That's another lie. So instead of just having an intelligent debate, where is Knife Hoarder? Where is Marissa? How do we label these things? Racist, grifter, extremist? No, no, no. Once again, Diannetex is going for full ad hominem and trying to dox, shame, and destroy True Clear Media. Oh, this is a woman who recently decimated her channel, right? The channel, the way you're looking at it now, is not the way it was. And I got receipts aplenty, right? So she had on about 90 videos. They're all gone. Now, one of those videos was not great, but it was calling out Scoville, saying correctly, he's a fraud, a grifter, a really evil guy. And she credited herself by warning people. I don't remember any videos exposed. Anyway, maybe she did secretly, but she didn't make a big deal out of it. She made a big deal out of me. I've lost count of how many posts, hateful posts, attacking me, trying to destroy me. Although, to be fair to her, she took some of them away. Not clear why. I guess she's kind of like, the propaganda wouldn't cohere, I guess, because now I'm protecting a woman. I've been protecting a few women, but, it doesn't line up with her propaganda. Well, whatever. Put out a video denouncing Scoville, although her framing was very deceptive. That apparently, we failed, guys. You bozo clowns, what have you been doing? You better start doing something. Diannetex, I called out Scoville far before many people, many of your friends. In fact, your friends are still lying about him. Like Nora, like, oh, until recently, guys, I had no idea. Nora knew about this for a long time. But see, Nora's gay and a grifter, so she gets magical ignorance power. So, oh, I didn't know, guys. Oh, you don't know about Scoville? Oh, okay. What about Luther? I don't know about that either, guys. But with Aaron, oh yeah, I know about Aaron. Magic's all around. So anyway, but she did put out. It wasn't a great video, but it was like, okay, on the record, she said Scoville's scummy, liar, grifter, victimizing women. Agree. And she took away the video. She took it down. And wait for it. Why are you taking on the videos? Well, the problem is you. Yes, me. See, I'm guilty of stalking and harassing. As is Alonzo. He's also stalking and harassing. How are we stalking it? We're doing fact checking. So she did a few physical threats against Alonzo, got caught red-handed, trying to delete the posts and videos where she was threatening him. And she tried to go to Google to say Alonzo was the threat, and take away his blog. And Alonzo showed with receipts, one, you're lying. She said, I don't even know who this guy is. Now it's back to, literally, she's back to, oh, I know this guy. Wait, I thought you didn't know him. I thought you didn't know him at all. Well, now she does know him. You said you didn't. So you lied, right? You lied to Google. You lied to us. Oh, it doesn't matter. But unlike Diana Nutcase, okay, fine, you got an argument. Let's deal with the argument. What is the argument? This is the argument, guys. So to prove that she's the good guy and I'm the grifter and the fool, as is True Clear Media, you guys looking at weirdo tattoos? What are you, weirdos? So she links a photo to a guy in his video and says, there you go, guys. Well, I'm looking at his tattoos. The bro has a great setup. We got Alien, we got Predator. This guy's a bro. So he's got tattoos. Right, none of the tattoos refer to German history, German iconography, Norse runes, or the Austrian painter, or the symbolism that proves Knife Hoarder does have ties to Nazism. Whether you like it or not, guys, he does. He has 1488, which is a code word. It's symbolism for those people, for the KKK and others. That is true. That is not false. I've done a big video on this for channel members. I'll do more because I can be more explicit, not monetized. But there you are. So no, that's true. This guy doesn't seem to have similar tattoos at all. So you just put a guy with generic tattoos. The tattoos look great. I'm not into tattoo culture myself, guys. Right? So, but I'm not seeing how the tattoos. It's not relevant at all. Right? But True Clear Media is not saying tattoos equate to racism. She's saying these tattoos, these specific tattoos. Diane Nutcase does this a lot, where she generically takes the words and arguments and flips them and strips them and just says, well, you said tattoo. Right, tattoo in a specific context. So is she defending Knife Order? No, I think she's defending Marilyn, who's embracing Knife Order. And she's getting upset that Marilyn's being labeled a Nazi and a racist, even though she is. And also Susie's getting labeled a Nazi and racist, which she is. And Nora's getting labeled a Nazi and racist. She also is. So she's, well, are you standing with Knife Order and the extremist tattoos or not? She doesn't say, guys. This is how you do ex-Scientology propaganda, which is equal to Scientology propaganda. They aren't saying it, they're just implying it. It's the critic who's the problem, because I'm defending a woman and her right to speak and keep her private information private. I, therefore, am the racist grifter, OSA agent, CIA. Well, it keeps changing who I am, but, there you go. Does any of this make sense? Well, that's the deal. You just confuse people and say, it's all very confusing. No, it's not confusing. She's lying. She's stupid. She's ignorant. She's really putting out false accusations of racism all the time, false accusations of sexism all the time, was caught red-handed lying several times. Don't believe me. The receipts are there. Alonzo has them. I have them. Tons of videos exposing her. But somehow, hey, let's believe her that True Clear Media is the real villain here. And I am also villain for defending a woman, because that's what we sexist misogynists do. We defend women. Radio.